Hi Karishma. This is a new way uh, I discovered by accident to teach you. I thought it's best to do a video so you could probably watch it over and over again. Okay. Anyways, let's get right into it. The basics and terminology. Okay. So what this talks about is that um, in set theory, statements are either true or false. Okay. So, my recommendation is that you add the word absolute in front of a true false statement. So, it provides an emphasis of whether that statement is absolutely true or absolutely false. So, there's no confusion. Okay. So, consider the following. Look at the example that they've given. The city of Vancouver is in the province of BC. This is an absolutely true statement because nobody can deny or oppose this, right? So, this is a true statement. And then the city of Vancouver is on the planet of Mars. Absolute false statement, right? Why? Because it is not. It's simply not the truth. Vancouver is the best place in the world to live. That's an opinion because some people might say, no, Texas is the best place to live or Houston is, right? So it's debatable. So debatable opinions are never considered true or false statements, okay? And the final one, how do you get to Vancouver? Well, this is not even a statement, this is a question, right? So again, it's not considered a true false statement. Statements are, or yeah, a statement is a sentence that has a truth value, meaning it is either true or false, and we talked about it, okay? So the example given was the number 4 is a prime number. This statement is false. Why? Because 4 is not a prime number. For this, you need to know the definition of prime number, right? Anything that can be divided by 1 or the number itself, right? So that statement is an absolute false. Then driving in a car is the best mode of transportation. It's not a statement, it's an opinion. Again, a good example of an opinion. And then if you double an odd integer, then you get an even integer. That's an absolute truth because uh, take an odd number, say 3, 5, 7. If you double this number, you get, you plus, sorry, I'm making a mistake here. You double this number. So 3 plus 3, you get 6. You double 5, you get 10. You double 7, you get 14. So the result is always an even number. So this is an absolute truthful statement. Okay. And I've written down here, try adding the word absolute in front of true false statements to provide an emphasis. So we came up with our own examples. All hair is black in color. That is an absolute false statement because we have blondies, we have red hairs, we have brown hairs, right? The sun rises in the east. Absolute absolute truth. Why? Because there's never a time that the sun rises in the west. iPhone is the best smartphone available. That's an opinion because some might agree, some might not. All right? We move on to negation of a statement. So, what this means is that an exact opposite of a statement, often achieved by adding the word not to the original statement. I've underlined that phrase where it says not to the original statement. So you should not modify the original statement in any way, and the word not must go in front of the whole original statement. Okay, and we will look at the example now. Look at this example. A student made the following false statement. So they're already saying that that statement is false in nature. All triangles are isosceles. So that is false. Why? Because we know we have at least 6 types of triangles: equilateral, isosceles, scalene, acute, right angled, and obtuse. So we have many different types of triangles. Therefore, that statement, all triangles are isosceles, is a false statement. Now, look at A. All triangles are not isosceles. That is a false statement. Now, why do you think that is a false statement? I'll get back to it in a minute, because the answer lies in B, in the second one. Not all triangles are isosceles. Now compare both those statements. A says all triangles are not isosceles, and not all triangles are isosceles. So it's a matter of where the word not is going. And according to the definition of negation of a statement, the word not should be added in front of the original statement. So the original statement here is that all triangles are isosceles. So you need to add the word not in front of the original statement for it to become true. Therefore, A, all triangles are not isosceles, is automatically false. But when you add the word in front, the word not in front, which is this one, then it becomes a true statement. So that's the difference. But they actually kind of mean, like, sentence A and sentence B actually mean the same thing, but it's the word not that matters, where it is placed. It should be placed in front of the original statement. Okay, and then number C. All triangles are scalene or equilateral. Again, that's a false statement, because we already said that these are all the different kinds of triangles. All right? So for compound statements, that's pretty straightforward. So when you combine 2 or more statements, they become compound. Conjunction is when you combine 2 statements using the word and. And be cautious when you're using and, both conditions must be true. And the word and is denoted by this symbol right here, like that, and. All right? So an example of and would be, for example, to get into nursing, Karishma must get math 30-2 and science 30. This is an example, meaning that in order to get into nursing, you must satisfy both conditions, which is math and science. Both must be true. If either one is false, or meaning you don't pass, you're not going to satisfy that condition, meaning you're not going to get into nursing. Okay, so that is the key thing about the word and. Okay, pay special attention to that. Now disjunction means 2 statements that are combined by using the word or. So going back to this example, first of all, the word or is denoted by this symbol, which also means union. Or means union and is denoted by this symbol. Okay, So for disjunctions or for or statements, satisfying either conditions will suffice. Meaning, now this is the second example that I'm going to give you. Okay, so in order to get into nursing, Karishma must have either math or science. Okay, so if she satisfy one of these conditions, she gets into nursing, either math or science or both. Okay, so when you're going to write this in a mathematical form, so you're going to probably write this math, okay, or science. Oh, that's funny. It's like must. It doesn't mean anything. But okay, anyways. Uh, so I'm going to skip this part here. Why? Because only you will know who is teaching whom. So I can't tell whether it's true or false. So we'll skip this one and this one. Okay, let's go to this one. The example here. Look at A. It says X is odd. So that means you would say X is, all the elements in X should be odd numbers. So that's 1, 3, 5, 7, blah, 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 blah. And it keeps going on until what the universal set says. Okay, we will get to that in a bit. Okay. So for now, they're just showing you, or they're training you how to create sets. So for B, for example, X is a prime number. So you would write it as X, and all the elements that belong in X should be prime numbers. So that would be 2, 3, 5, 7, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Okay. And I assume that you were given an exercise for you to follow, and what you call with the question, and that's why you have